the owners are gonna want to win.
Nigga, the Dolphins. The nigga was paying the head coach to lose games, bro. He didn't want to lose.
Yeah, but that was because they wanted that draft pick.
How you
I
know?
don't think. I don't think he. Well, you're right. I don't. But I don't think he always wants to lose every season. I just think he wanted to draft. He wanted that draft spot. The same way, the same reason they're justifying firing Lovey Smith because he won that one game
He
at the
fucked
end
them
of the
niggas
year.
though, bro. This nigga had 18 weeks to win a game, nigga. You want to win when goddamn the number one draft picks on the line, nigga?
So I think it's more
Yeah.
so that kind of situation. But this the same Lovey Smith that got fired when he was with the Bears after going to the Super Bowl and went 10-6.
Yeah.
Like they don't want black coaches in the league, dude. Like they don't want black coaches. Ever since the coaches, Tony Dungy, Lovey Smith, when they played in the Super Bowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 6 black coaches at that time. Most black coaches ever, like head coaches.
Yeah.
By the end of that, like after that season, I think it was only 2 left.
But
And like
see,
now it's only like it's been the low. It was the lowest it's ever been the following year.
I got a problem with those type of statements because you always say if you had a business, you'd hire black people, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so these white owners are hiring white people. Can we be mad at these niggas for not wanting to hire black coaches? Like, when you said
Uh,
if you owned a company, you'd hire black people. So like, imagine if the NFL, all the owners was black, and all they hired was black head coaches, and white people was like, they not hiring white head coaches. No shit.
I,
But black
no,
people,
but I don't. I wouldn't be okay with that either. I would hire white people too,
You
but
wouldn't hire them as head coaches though.
why
You
not?
could be a court. No, that's what I'm asking you.
No, I mean I'm
but
gonna hire whoever I think qualify. My problem is they're not hiring black people who are qualified, who are
and
more qualified than the people that are getting these jobs. And black people are not being able to keep these same jobs that these white mediocre coaches are keeping for years and years and years and years. That's my issue. It's not a level playing field.
But how can you
That's
tell
my
these
problem.
owners who to hire? It's their
but
company.
black
It's their
I don't think,
business.
I don't think black people do that anyway. No, black people only feel the way they feel now because it's not been equal or fair. But if black people had the power, they wouldn't do that.
How? What are you basing that off of?
Of being black, nigga,
No
being around
ID,
black people.
bruh. How many times,
But
bruh,
ID probably feel like that because of what's going on. I'm saying if this was never going on, he probably wouldn't have them thoughts
bro?
of feeling that way.
You hire what you know, bruh. Like we are just more
You hire
trustworthy.
to keep out.
No, I hire who I think is going to do the job best. And you say, and the same way they make companies have a certain position of a certain percentage of diversity, they could do the same thing with the league. Because it's people that should be coaching in the league that's not
Well,
coaching
you
in the
can't
league.
make you're not gonna make me hire anyone for my business, nigga. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what type race you is. If it's my business, I'm gonna hire who I want to hire. If not, if not, what's the point of having a business, nigga? Like, bruh, like there was a kind of off topic, but it was like a cake company, and they didn't want to make a gay cake for a gay wedding, like, and it's like, why do you even want to shop at this place then? Like,
Mhm.
they don't want your type shopping there. Why are you
Right.
trying to position or petition to get them to make a cake for you, bruh? They clearly don't like you and don't want your business, bruh. Like,
Mhm.
but my point is like, so if two candidates was up for head coach, you're the owner. They both equally qualified. One's black, one's white. Who you hiring? Exactly. Now,
Wait. They're the same age,
yeah, they the exact same age, nigga.
same sex,
Yep.
same like they're basically the same
These niggas
person.
the same niggas, yeah.
It's just
The only
one
thing
black,
different is their skin color. Yep.
one white.
It's all depending on how the interview goes.
They interview the same nigga. They give you the same answers, nigga.
That ain't even possible. No.
He basically
Everybody don't
saying
interview
if
the
you're
same.
looking at the exact same resume on a thing, same name, same everything on a piece of paper, and one says black and the other one says white.
That
who
black
am I going?
skin gonna give them the edge, nigga. If you're the owner, that black skin gonna push them right over the edge, nigga.
And you, for me, you know why that black skin gonna push him on the edge? Because they've been getting shit on. So I'm giving him opportunity. That's why.
And bro, how do we know?
If everything's been fair for all years since we've been living, then that skin wouldn't even matter.
I don't think that's true.
That's a
I
no,
do.
but I see what that's a good point that he's making though. He's saying that he will hire black because blacks don't get this opportunity as often as whites do. So that not necessarily because he black, but because they don't have the same opportunity.
And
So that makes sense.
what if the white owners feel like that? What if
But it's
the
not.
white
They,
owners
they
feel?
can
Go ahead.
they can feel like that, but if it's true,
It's definitely not true. Yeah.
So no.
So
No. If now, present day, if you're hiring for head coaches, you have to interview a minority coach, bruh. Now you could say that's some bullshit, but they got to interview these niggas. Now, do you have to interview a white head coach? No. So shit ain't fair.
because
nigga.
they automatically get interviewed.
No,
what
shit.
are you talking
If
about?
you talking about fair, it's not fair that you have to interview somebody from a different race, bro. That's not fair, bro.
It is fair because if you didn't have to, them niggas would never get interviewed.
that's true. Yeah.
Nigga,
It's a rule because it's an issue.
nigga, Mike Tomlin got hired when that wasn't a thing. Tony Dungy got hired when that wasn't a thing, nigga.
Because
How did they
obviously,
get jobs?
those owners wasn't racist. That's why.
And you can name. Well, I don't know that they wasn't racist.
So now
they
all the
coulda-
owners are racist.
No, they could have did it for clout, or they
Yeah.
could have did it because they really believed in them. So I ain't gonna say that they're not racist, but you can count the coaches probably on one hand, maybe two.
What
All of the
coaches?
black coaches
Yeah.
in all of the years of the NFL.
History.
But who's
Like,
to,
come on,
who's to say that there should be more?
the
Like,
all of their white coach counterparts and their records.
And isn't the NFL of the world? Well, I ain't say the world, but the United States. Don't we have a higher percentage of African American here
a higher percentage than who?
than
Than
Europeans?
whites?
Yeah.
No, it's not even close.
No.
nigga.
Oh.
No,
Okay.
we're the minority.
Yeah.
Well, in the NFL, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, but in the NFL, the percentage of black players is high, right?
Yeah, players. Yeah,
I mean, of course, it's not owners. Of course not.
Yeah.
No, they won't even get. They're not giving up them seats for nobody. But
well, it's a couple teams for sale, nigga. Niggas ain't got no money. Niggas ain't got no
But-
money to buy no
but,
teams,
okay.
nigga.
Answer this question:
What?
would they sell it to them if they did?
Nigga, if the money there, my
No,
nigga,
I don't believe it at all.
the Commanders is trying to sell for $4 billion. Ain't no white nigga stepping up either, nigga, because ain't nobody trying to spend $4 billion, nigga. Like,
Not on the Commanders.
nigga, it's a team, bruh. It's a team, and the value of all the NFL teams is they've never decreased, any of them. No matter how
So
much
you-
they lose, nigga, they've never lost value, nigga.
So you telling me that if black people thought that they can get that team, why wouldn't they be trying to buy it? Because they've been talking about it for years. Jay-Z been talking about get with somebody, coming together to buy a team. All of these people
Hey,
been talking about it.
this
Why they
nigga-
not able to buy a team?
This nigga had a minority share in the Nets and sold them niggas, bruh. So I don't think this nigga want to own a team, bruh. Like, I think that
Yeah, maybe he don't, but somebody do.
who's another.
I know they was talking about Diddy trying to get the Panthers back when they was.
No,
talking
nobody care
that
about Diddy. I don't want him to get nobody.
See, look at this. Look at this. You can't even. look
I
at
don't know what
this.
that was. I
Like,
don't know what that was about. So, okay.
I just can't stand that nigga. I'm sorry.
we talking about a black man trying to get a job, trying to get
That
a
nigga,
team.
job,
Man.
that nigga got a job. That nigga
But I
rich
also-
as shit.
I also agree with like as an owner, I'm gonna run this how I want to run it.
Yeah.
I do get that. As long as it's not infringing on people's rights. Like I'm not gonna Vince McMahon it, but like
How Vince infringed on somebody's rights?
Y'all remember that time Vince wore a do rag? I'm just saying.
I don't remember this nigga wearing a do rag.
Nigga, what you mean? It was back when Dudley Boys and D'Lo Brown now was a big thing. He tried to act black then, and then he tried to act black when John Cena came along.
What's his
Y'all
wave
remember
swimming though, nigga? What's his wave swimming,
He
nigga?
was talking something, yo, yo, yo. I was okay. Okay.
Hey, but
Okay,
look,
listen,
part of that shit is entertainment too, though, bro.
I know. I ain't put too much.
I can't say this
on
nigga.
it.
Yeah, but like, bruh, the bitch that he allegedly did something to had the opportunity to not take the money and sue this nigga and get some real justice, right? That's what we talking about here. Justice for our rights and justice and shit. She had the opportunity to get that justice, nigga. She wanted that
Hey,
money
man.
though, bruh.
maybe she was scared.
But
Just like Deshaun Watson. I ain't gonna go there though, but
but bruh, like this shit, even in the bigger picture, it's like y'all. So all y'all believe like systemic racism is still a thing, or no?
Hmm.
You do.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so but if you look at schools, like they have to let a certain amount of minority kids in, kids that may not even deserve to get there. That's taken away from seats that maybe white kids could have because they have the better
Wow.
grades and better shit, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't care about none of that. They lost that privilege. They lost that privilege when they were using it wrongfully and not letting people who actually deserve to be in there
Exactly.
in because they were black. So I don't care about none of that. I don't
Exactly.
care about none of that for real. Because when y'all had y'all freedom to do it the right way, y'all did it. So now we gonna make sure y'all do it.
Wait, when did that happen? When was there black kids? You talking about like
Segregation,
right after? Okay,
slavery,
Okay.
like all of that. Like they had opportunity to do it the right way.
okay, but
They
I'm
chose not to, so you lose that opportunity. I don't care. I don't care if it's not fair to some white people who don't get this job because they gotta give it to a black person. Well, if they had been given the people who were qualified those jobs, we wouldn't be in this situation. But now we gotta bank on them following this rule for us to even prove that we were better than you from the jump. Now white people trying to use that as an excuse, like the only reason he got in is because of this, because they know if they had the fair opportunity, they wouldn't even been in there. That's just a fallout for them. That's just something for them to fall back on. Because if it was straight up about performance, we would have been in a lot of these seats a long time ago.
you think so?
Yes, and it's only
In
a
schools.
handful. It's like in everything. It's only a handful of industries that I think black people will have a hard time upholding, and that's just because we don't have any representation in those industries. We haven't been in there. We got to get in those industries. And when I say that, I'm talking about like the power. Like how many black people are really in the power like industry where we know how to provide electricity for the place. Like if all the white people died right now, would we be able to work the like all of these like factories, power plants, stuff for surveying, all of those industries that we not in, digging oil, all that kind of stuff. Like, and we don't know about it because we haven't cracked into it. I mean, and obviously I can't speak for everybody. I'm sure there are some people. I'm sure we have some representation, but I don't know them. I haven't seen.
I don't know the white ones either though. I don't know the white people doing this shit either.
You're right. I don't. But yeah, I don't care.
I guess I'm speaking about. I'm talking about. Yeah, that shit. Yeah. Shit has not been fair. I asked about today though. Like
It's that way today because of how it was. It's a direct reflection of, like, basically, their hand was forced. Basically. So, it is what it is. And even still, it still ain't fair. even with that, it still ain't fair.
So you don't
'Cause
think it's fair
it's real.
that black kids that's not qualified to go can go based off this rule, and other
No,
people?
no. I don't. But the black people, there just because they accept black people who don't qualify doesn't mean that there aren't black people who do qualify.
No, for sure. And I'm not, bruh. My thing is the same shit for loans. Banks got this minority shit for loans. Motherfuckers that shouldn't be getting loans. I'm like, bruh, take all that shit away. Let the most qualified niggas get into schools. Let the most qualified niggas get loans. Like that shit.
But they won't let that happen. That's why they bring these rules in.
But do you
Yeah, and if
understand
you
right
do that,
now? Do you?
if you
But y'all understand right now that it's like the shit is in our favor now.
no, it's not.
How's it not? They got to get, bruh.
How?
It will never
No,
be. It
you.
would never be in our favor because we started at a disadvantage.
For
They've had
sure.
they've had a very large head start on us. That's why we're talking about Jay-Z. Did they say Jay-Z was the first black billionaire or something in America? Something like that. Like we're just now hitting these things that
I don't
white
feel like
people
that's
did.
accurate. Jay
It's
Z.
probably not. It's probably not. But they said something about, or he just crossed over for 1 billion.
Okay.
But like they've been in the billionaire status.
Yeah.
Like they and like you said, only the people that could qualify for loans. We would never get a loan because the people that qualify are the business owners and the people who got money, who done had money, and money just been passed down to them, passed down to them, passed down to
No.
them.
If they got
We
money
would
passed
never
down to
qualify.
them, if they got money passed down to them, they probably wouldn't need a loan. I'm talking
They
about.
also.
I'm talking
They
People
about.
also.
people don't
They
get
also.
people get people get loans because they don't want to use their own money. It don't mean that they don't got money.
No, for sure. But that's
And
not. That's
and
not a. Go ahead.
and it's also. It's not just the money that's been passed down. It's the knowledge that's been passed down. No, keep your credit score up. All of them type of stuff that got lost in African American communities. No, that knowledge put them way ahead of us.
But whose fault is that, bro?
That their fault.
Nigga, the
Because
information's there, dog.
no, when you gotta go all the way back to slavery, and then you gotta count up, like, and then you gotta count for generations that the generation that didn't have this knowledge. So if you don't have that knowledge, if you don't know about it, you're not gonna pass it on.
But right, I'm saying the information is there to get to pass on. You
But
don't
what I'm
think there's
saying
black
is,
families that knew this and passed it on to their kids?
it started off when black people not being able to know how to read and write, right?
Okay.
So that's where it starts from. So now, since they don't know how to read and write for hundreds of years, the Europeans got a head start on getting all that stuff together, getting all that stuff right. As those people that's been around for 100 years that didn't know how to read and write, then they have generations of kids, and they don't know nothing to pass on to those kids. Those kids don't know nothing because they parents didn't know nothing. And then it keeps going until it gets to a generation that someone finally steps out and knows something. So yes, you
At,
do have black families that did collect that information and passed it on.
at some point, though, don't you gotta say, like, find the information that you're missing, bro?
But
You can't just
how
like
do you
keep going
how do
through
you
life.
find, but how do you find information that you don't know to seek?
That's one thing. And then once you have the information, where you gonna get the resources from?
What resources? Like from the
You,
information?
you gotta you need the resources, whether it's people, connections, money.
Haven't
It,
so.
having the information ain't enough.
But one of Blur's points was like that shit was passed down and passed down. But like at a certain point, you can't just keep going through the days like, oh, I don't have shit. Like I don't know what to do. Like there's like especially today, bruh. Like especially today, the information is there
But
for you.
but today is the advancement of today. We came a long way. That's what today proves. We have came a long way. Yes, now we are getting into the information. Now we knowing this stuff. You know, when I was what 18, 19. That wasn't that far back. I had no idea what credit scores was.
Yeah.
And did that affect my whole entire life? And told me this. School didn't tell me.
Yeah.
So my
Bruh.
mom didn't know. So no one had to tell me.
Nigga, I was getting them credit card. I was like 19 getting
I
credit
remember.
cards.
I remember.
I was buying
I
all
remember.
kinds of shit, nigga. Going to Cleveland, watching LeBron play, nigga. Bills
Michael, I
came, I
remember.
ripped that
You
bitch up, nigga.
and you remember what you used to say? I don't give a fuck about that shit. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, yeah, I do.
And the
nigga.
only reason why you were saying that because you had no idea what it would do to your life.
Yeah, yeah,
If that's what I mean about information. No, yes, as the time changes, things gets better. More people start to know things, but we're just catching up when they've been knowing this stuff for a while.
but bruh, even back then, even
It's the same
then,
thing.
go ahead.
I'll just say the last thing. It's the same thing for owning land. Same thing for owning land. Who had all the land? All the land to pass down to their generation. Now we have no land coming up into this thing. Now we're trying to buy up land. Now you got plenty of black people that buy them land now because they got the money to do it. But this land been passed to generations, so some white people didn't even have to buy land. Could have been passed through generations.
Yeah, that's true.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
But I was gonna say, even back then, 2008, the information was there for me, bruh. Like, we didn't learn that shit. It wasn't in our school. I'm sure some schools was teaching that shit, but it wasn't in ours. But the information was still available if we was looking for it, bruh.
It was, but how would you know to look for it? Who told you to go look for it, Mark? How would you even know that's a thing? Like you have to know it's a thing to investigate it. But you didn't know it was a thing.
No, I think it happened when I went to buy my first car, and it was like,
Uh-huh.
wait a minute, what's all this shit? They ran my credit score and shit. I'm like, oh shit, right? But so that made me go, cause like, bruh, experience, like, if you live in life, there's gonna come a point in time where like you try to buy something, and they're like, oh yo, your credit score is like not up to par. And then you will look into like, yo, how can I make my credit score better? Like, what can I do to make my credit score better? What affects my credit score? Like, that type shit. Like,
But I get what you're saying right there. But we're on the same page right there. That's when the knowledge become available, and when the knowledge become available, we look into it. That's what we start doing. Oh, now we didn't know what it was at first, but now we know, and then we go look into it.
yeah,
And you know why I couldn't get a car because no credit is bad credit. I ain't have no credit at all to even get a goddamn car.
yeah.
How do I build credit? Go apply for a credit card. Oh, you can't get a credit card because you ain't got no credit. Well, how the hell I get credit? So that's how it starts. That's how it starts, and you go down that road.
Yeah. But I don't think, well, there's a lot of shit that like, now, I'm not disagreeing that we were disadvantaged for a long time. I'm not disagreeing. I think though today there's a lot of advantages to being a minority, bruh. Like in the finances space, nigga. Like I think in all spaces, shit. In banks and schools, I think it's a lot of advantages to being a black person today. Like y'all don't think so though.
I mean, talk about those advantages.
I just did. Nigga, you could get into schools you're not qualified for. You can get loans you're not qualified for. All of this shit, nigga. Like, and I'm sure there's more, nigga. All of this shit is like set up.
How do you know? Like, how do you know exactly that person got into that school and they weren't qualified for it?
So, okay. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't look that far, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I forget. It's not affirmative action, but it's I don't know the name of the shit. But go ahead.
I was about to say because the way I'm saying it is that the rule was made up because of those African Americans that was qualified wasn't getting in either. So now it's like you have to let a minority get in. You have to because they always qualified in the first place, but you just wouldn't let them in.
Nah,
So
it
now
ain't
we're
that.
making a rule. How you know that?
It ain't that because if your GPA requirements is one thing, your shit don't gotta be up to here if you black. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if the GPA and all the requirements to get in is this bar right here, you don't gotta be here. If you here, your skin color get you here, nigga. Because the government get them niggas like money on the back end some type of way.
But you would have to know all those people credentials to say that they got in because of their skin color. And if you don't know their credentials, how can you be
Hey,
sure of that?
that's a good point. I didn't dive deep into this, like, so I can't argue with you on that. But
And if your skin color wasn't keeping you out in the first place, your skin color wouldn't be getting you in. I don't agree with that, but your skin color wouldn't be getting you in.
but my point is, if it was just the best niggas, if it was just the best students, regardless of skin color, getting in, that's the way it should be, bro. Like,
But that's the way it
Yes,
always should have been.
yeah, that's
But
the
yeah,
it's
way it
not.
should be. But it wasn't that way, which is why they
Yeah.
did this.
yeah.
I like that silent break.
I don't know, man. I guess we got off on this because of the owners and the coaches and shit. But it's like, if we was in that position, it'd be the same way except reversed. Like, and no
But
one would care. Like, we wouldn't care about what white people like. We wouldn't care that the white people thought it was unfair. Like, because
I
we
think
owned the
Black
teams and we
people,
had the coaches that we
I
black
wanted.
think it's
people are the most forgiving,
exactly.
accepting,
Hmm.
um,
You say white people?
black people,
Oh, okay.
the most giving, the most accepting, the most um, caring people are out there. Like,
Based on what metric, nigga? That's a broad statement, my nigga.
I mean, you could just look at history. You could see how many times
Exactly.
we have um, basically turned the other cheek and just
And and we
move
fight
forward.
for and we fight for fairness and equality. Is not and not we're not fighting to enslave the white people and let them
Yeah,
feel how they feel.
and a lot of these
So,
people that's getting rights have been off of the strength of black people, like getting Hispanics right, getting LBGT rights. Like, we are the ones that be at these rallies, like supporting and trying to help everybody. And then it's supposed to, the benefits that they're giving us is supposed to trickle down. We never, when it's just black people trying to get rights for themselves, that junk never passed. It never passed. But we always, somehow, all of these other groups, they get their stuff passed immediately. They get money immediately. Ukraine, money immediately. Dang, I can't remember what country, but we sent money overseas for gender issues in some country, like millions of dollars.
Yeah.
But they can't. But they complaining about like reparations for righting their wrongs.
Yeah.
But they got money for Ukraine. They
We
got money
basically
for
funding that war, nigga.
a wall. Like they got money for Hispanics and like all of this stuff. Like, but when it comes to black people, it's always, oh, we got to do research or we got to look into that. Or I don't know if we can do that. Like,
What would the money? What would you have the money go for black people? What would it like? Would
what you
you just
mean?
give them a monthly income or what? What would
a lump sum, a lump sum.
Yeah, my initial thought is a lump sum. The income is an interesting concept. However, I think that the issue with the income is what happens after I die. That's my only thing. Say they do reparations and it starts next week and I die in July. You know, okay. So where's the rest of that money that was owed to me?
if you ain't got no kids, it's over. It's a
See,
wrap.
I don't like that because then that just further re reinforces or like it like gives them it gives them another motivation to kill me because it saves them money. I mean, they don't really need a reason.
That's a
They
good
don't need a
point.
reason. They do it regardless. But if killing me saves them money, I mean, they definitely gonna do it then.
Bruh.
So
And if
I don't know if I like the whole income thing unless there's some way that you know maybe I don't even it don't even have to be my kid. Whoever I signed it off to, that's who it go to, and you just add. You know what I'm saying? You give it to them.
bro, we were just talking about how niggas don't really have didn't really have the like financial knowledge. If we give niggas a lump sum, niggas is gonna buy Jordans and weed and
Look,
cocaine.
And that's
and I
their that's absolutely their choice. You know what I mean? You can't tell nobody how to spend their money. You feel what I'm saying? But they are owed that money. I don't care what they spend it on. They can spend it on cocaine. It's their money. It's their rightful money. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're owed that, and they can do what they want with it. That white people do what they want with their money.
they smoke it
So
up too.
I think it's
I don't
different when it's man. Okay,
I don't care if they buy Michael Jordan himself.
this gonna sound crazy, right? But
Go
like
ahead.
this gonna sound wild, but it's like I think it's different when you earn your money versus now. And hold on, hold on, because the people that would be getting reparations today didn't do anything for it other than be born by people that were slaves. Like you get what I'm saying? Like so, it ain't really.
We are a product of
We're heirs
our
to it.
yeah, and we're a product of that. So it could be said that for the first half of your life, you ain't do nothing to get you where you at. Your mama did. You know, your parents did.
100%.
They provided that for you.
Hundred
You
percent.
feel what I'm saying? So like it don't matter. Like that's like if somebody owe you something, it need to get paid.
Yeah.
Like it need to get paid.
But I
You
guess
know what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying
Like
they don't really owe it to us. They owe it to
yes, they
our
do.
forefathers and shit.
They do owe it to us. Yes, they do owe it to us. They do owe it
Because
to us. If I
I
give
do.
you baby food, if I let you borrow baby food and you don't give it back, I want my baby food. I don't
After
care if
I
it's
die.
40. I don't care if it's 40 years down the line. I want my baby food
But I'm saying
because
after I
somebody's gonna be
die,
able to eat it.
after I die, who you want it from? You give
Somebody
me
gonna
baby
pay me
food.
my
I
baby.
die. Who do you want it from?
Your kids, they want their money. When you die, they gonna want your student loans from your kids.
Nah,
I want my baby food.
that shit
Just
die
to,
with you, bro.
no, it does not,
It
buddy.
does, bro.
No, it don't.
Yes, it
No, it
does.
don't.
Yo,
No, it
bro,
doesn't.
no debt transfers, bro.
Yes, it do.
It does not, bro.
Yes, yes, it does. Well, I know for sure there are some debts that go with you. I don't know if it's all of them, so I ain't gonna speak in absolutes. But
What debt go with you?
all debts don't die with you.
What debt go with you?
I'm pretty sure your student loans go with
If
you.
there's no cosigner, if you're the only signer on these loans, that shit die with you, bro. Now
Wow.
they could take your estate if you own some shit that they can sell. They can take their money from that shit if you owe some nigga some money, but that shit don't like transfer to your kids, nigga.
I'm pretty sure it do.
Like
I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna write it down though to look up for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty. I believe strongly.
yeah. But I don't think so.
I hope not.
yeah. But
Because Biden still ain't got rid of my student loan. So
He not going
it
to.
don't look like it's happening.
The,